Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. And don't forget, there's no denying it. Gold is hot right now. Prices are soaring, and the experts are predicting even more to come. Not so long ago, gold reached its all-time high of $2,069 an ounce, and now it's inching ever closer to that number again. Bank of America, one of the largest banks in the world, is saying gold will rise further still to over $2,200 an ounce later this year. So what, right? Well, gold is already a safety net for your hard-earned money, and now when the stock market is all over the place and the value of the dollar is uncertain, being safe really counts like never before. Noble Gold is offering a 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin for any qualified IRA or old 401k rollover. Terms apply. A solid silver U.S. Mint issued coin celebrating our national parks free with every qualifying precious metals IRA or 401k rollover. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold Investments, 877-646-5347, noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. And remember, when investing, there's always a risk. There are no guarantees of any kind. What up? Thank you for being here, everybody. Wednesday, hump day. Now, I know how this comment section gets. I know how play you guys can get like that. So it could be hump day, you're over the hump, middle of the week, or hump day, or both. Maybe that's how you celebrate getting over the hump the middle of the week. You go home and whatever. Happy Wednesday. Snuggy Bear 01, thank you. He says, stop the fuckery is lit. And we'll be back tomorrow, myself, Gian, and with a special guest. I'll let you know who that special guest is mañana, and this is our first guest. And as you guys know, you never forget your first. Shout out to all the members up in here. I appreciate you guys being here. If you want to be a member, if you're outside looking and like, I want to be a cool kid, bam, there you go. That's how you become one of the cool kids. That's how you get to sit at the table with all the jocks and the cheerleaders. You want to be one of us, you want to come on into the fold. This is how you do it. This is how much it costs, and this is what you get for the money that you spend. And I thank you very much. And of course, if you've been watching this, when you become a member during one of my live streams, I do like to make a big deal. So holla at your boy. Oscar Gonzalez says, rub a dub day. Yeah, you can rub whatever you want today, man. Any day. Fucking do it. Appreciate you all being here. So much shit going on, right? So much shit going on just in the last 24 hours. You know, sometimes you pick up your phone, you turn on your computer, whatever you do, however you get your news or see what's going on in the world for the day. Sometimes you see shit and you're like, roll raggy? What? Huh? That was yesterday, for sure. And that was definitely the past 2 or 3 days. I would say some wild shit going on. But before we step into that, before we get that turd all over our foot, we got to show some love. Thank you very much, Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby. It says, do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. Just grab them in the biscuits. Please allow me to bump thee. Appreciate that, man. And you are the super chat cherry popper. Be gentle. You've broken the financial hymen, and I thank you. What? Baller alert. Authentically Kennedy says, tuning in from the sky today. Paid $8 for Wi-Fi, so I wouldn't miss. Thank you very much, Authentically Kennedy. She is traveling to Chicago, aka America's shooting range. So let's send some super safe vibes to Authentically Kennedy right now out there in the friendly skies because she's going to a Democrat-run shithole. But don't you worry. You think she's out there in this world navigating that dangerous frontier by herself with child? Of course not. Her husband's right by her side like a magnet. So that's good. We know she'll come back safely. Well, I mean, the baby. You'll learn very quickly, Authentically Kennedy, that When that baby gets here, you and your husband are just the people who carry the baby around. People won't acknowledge you. It's baby, let me have. You don't matter anymore. You're just a human being that carries the baby around on the front of you. That's it. What can you do? It's the cross we bear. Brendan Gerzalak, thank you, man. He says, if you get millions for reparations, JG, please don't forget about us little people. Don't cry. Well, Brendan, don't you worry about that, because we, as in black folks in California, ain't, my mom would hate that I just said that word, ain't getting shit. It ain't gonna happen. It's not going down. You know why? I'll show you. I'll show you. I'm a visual learner. You know how men are. We need to see those titties. Don't tell us about the titties. We don't want to hear stories about the titties. Show us the titties. That's how we learn. That's how we soak it in. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let's see. There we go. Bam. All right. Oh, I love it. I love when people fall for this shit. I love how people fall for the banana in the tailpipe every time. You know what it's like? You guys remember those old cartoons? Some of my favorites. Tom and Jerry. I think Tom and Jerry is my favorite. But out of the Tom and Jerry, Bugs and Elmer Fudd, Daffy and Elmer Fudd, the Foghorn, Leghorn, Ase, and the dog. Those classic rivalries. Tweety Bird and Sylvester the cat. Those classic old cartoon rivalries. I think Tom and Jerry is my favorite. But people who keep falling for this shit and people who keep believing this shit, it reminds me of one of the cartoons where Jerry had put all these rakes around the yard. And every time Tom took a step, he stepped on a rake and it smashed him in his face. And then he took a step back and it smashed him in the back of his head. And he took a step to the side and it smashed him in the side of his head. He just couldn't get away from these damn rakes, busting him upside his feline cranium. So people that keep falling for this reparation shit, you are Tom the cat to me. Call me an Uncle Tom. You're Tom the cat, you dumbass. You keep stepping on the rakes. And I'm watching, there's a video that popped up of a lady standing too close to one of those British soldiers outside of the Buckingham Palace or whatever, and the horse grabbed her by her ponytail. And then, even worse, another stupid lady stands right in the same spot 5 seconds later and looks shocked that the horse bit her too. Stupid. Anyway, Governor Newsom declines to endorse reparations checks proposed by the California Task Force. Let me say that one more time for those of you in the back of the class fucking around, not paying attention. I know, because I was you. Governor Newsom, Governor Gavin Bang your wife, Newsom. Gavin in the French Laundry while you're locked up at home. Newsom declines to endorse reparations checks proposed by California Task Force. And if you remember, Gavin Newsom was the one who hatched the idea for said task force. So he formed a task force that he would eventually say no to. Why though, Gavin? Why? I thought you loved the California Negro. California Governor Gavin Newsom declined to throw his support behind cash payments of up to $1.2 million for black residents recommended by his reparations task force. The Democratic governor told Fox News Digital on Tuesday that reparations meant to take responsibility for the country's history. So California is paying this out on behalf of the country. Okay, that's stupid. That's a dumb precedent to set. The country's history of slavery and systemic racism. Those two words make me want to shit on the ground, on the sidewalk in plain view, like a California homeless person. Systemic racism. Ugh. It's about much more than cash payments. That's a direct quote from Gavin Bang, your wife, Newsom. He called the task force's findings a milestone. Hey, we found it. We found some shit. We crunched some numbers. All done. It's a milestone in the effort to advance justice. Quote from Gavin Newsom. This has been an important process, and we should continue to work as a nation to reconcile our original sin of slavery and understand how that history has shaped our country, Newsom said in a statement to the outlet. Dealing with that legacy is much more than cash payments. You know what that is? That's like your parents, you asking your parents for something and they say maybe. That's a nice way of saying no eventually. It's about more than cash payments. And now it's on behalf of the country? I thought this was a California thing. What happened? You saw the price tag and said, fuck that. But it's about more than that. And I'm going to say no to the findings of the task force that I created. Rusty Wells, he says, Roadrunner, my favorite cartoons. That's right. Wild E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. That's a good one. That's a classic duo right there. But I still got to go Tom and Jerry. Eric Schultz, Tom and Jerry are like from the 30s and 40s, right? Yeah, I don't like the ones from like the late 30s, but the 40s into the 50s, 40s into the early 50s. Because something happened to cartoons. Like in the mid 50s into the 60s, like the mid 50s had all the same kind of animation. If you're a real fan of these cartoons, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In the mid 50s, it changed. It wasn't as detailed. You had a lot of like very boxy or sharp edge kind of characters. Not a lot was put into the background. And then getting into the 60s, I remember some of the worst cartoons ever are Tom and Jerry in the 60s. Just the sound was different. Everything sounded like they were in a hallway with an echo. The fucking animation was garbage. I don't know what happened. Maybe they started taking too much psychedelic shit. But it was trash. All the way into the 70s and the 80s. Fuck that. For me, the golden era of those classic cartoons of Tom and Jerry's and Warner Brothers and all that would be mid 40s to, I'd say, only a 5-6 year span. I may say maybe 8 years from the mid 40s to say like 1953. And then after that, I'm good. Mid late 50s, 60s, 70s. Fuck all that. But that's what these fools are like, who keep believing that, oh, we said this about reparations and the task force found this about reparations. They ain't gonna do shit. That is not going to materialize into a damn thing. And we've already gotten reparations. Reparations do not only come in the form of cash. That's not how the way things work. It ain't gonna happen that way. We've already gotten them. We've already gotten reparations in many other ways. And anybody who thought for a millisecond that this shit was going to really happen, I got some magic beans I want to sell you after the show because you are out of your mind. Reparation payments. $1.2 million. Are you crazy? I'll tell you who's not crazy. This young lady right here, she obviously has her head on straight. Crystal Hansen, I thank you for becoming a member of Green Nation. You know what that means. Cool kids, stand up, take your trays with you, sidestep it, move on down. We got a new one. Thank you very much, Crystal. I appreciate that. Authentically Kennedy says, you guys dare me to take my headphones out. I mean, no, because there are probably some dummies in that tube, and they're going to make your expensive ride that you paid for uncomfortable. You don't want to deal with that bullshit. You don't want to have your husband go into protection mode and slap the shit out of some granola-headed dirt fucker at 35,000 feet. But, as the young kids say, if you want the smoke, go ahead and get it, Authentically Kennedy. Don't let me stand in your way. I'm merely an observer. I give my opinion. That's it. Because anything you say to him, pew, pew, that's BBs off a battleship. That shit ain't gonna penetrate. They're too fucking stupid. And that's the truth. Thank you, Mr. Comic 2009. Two of my favorite words, Tid D's. Yes. Big fan. Big fan. Have been for a long time. Have been for a long time. Like Titties, the Titty Corporation, they owe me like a golden watch or something. Because I've been a loyal tittyist for decades now. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. Tammy A, she does want the smoke. Ugh, I feel so stupid saying that because I'm way too old too. She said, thank you, Tammy A. She says, for Authentically Kennedy's baby fun, turn it up so the whole airplane can hear. Oh, man. You guys are going to have her getting play at 35,000 feet. She might, Authentically Kennedy, if you do, I think you will definitely be the first person, the first member of Green Nation to get play at such an altitude. I don't know if people have gotten play on mountaintops, but probably never at 35,000, not up in the clouds. Oh. Another one. Simeon Merriweather. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Simeon. With that name, you got to sound like that. If your name is Simeon Merriweather, that's how you sound. Has to be. Thank you, Elliot Case, for the Hamilton. Good looking out. I wish you would run in 2024 for the U.S. Senate seat in California. I'm 100% serious. Your voice and common sense are desperately needed. I agree. Well, excuse me, not about the running for the Senate part. I don't think I'm ready for that. But more people with common sense should be in positions of power in California. And to be honest, that can come under any party's banner. But right now, judging by what we've seen, that's probably going to be a Republican. But if there's a Democrat out there, an independent or whatever, who has common sense, they should be injected into the body politic of California. Because it's dying. It is sickly. It is on life support. It is all bad. California is in too bad a shape for the amount of money. I mean, no state in America should be in that shape, but California is the 5th largest economy on earth. You know how much money comes through fucking California? Just agriculture, not the tech, not Hollywood, all that other shit, the electricity, the power, and the literal power and electricity that we send to other places. The fuel refinery, the fuel refinement, I think that would be the right word. California generates a lot. This is what? How many countries are there? 190 something countries, 196, something like that. And we're number 5, top 5 in the world. Look at the condition of our state. You drive the highways. I've done some traveling recently up at, about 3.5, 4 hours out of where I live, seeing a lot of California road. And over the years, and you drive past, especially around cities. You get around a city, it's going to be fucked up. You look under the overpasses, there's homeless encampments, the blue tarps along the fucking highway, the trash. I'm so pissed off that California gets this reputation for we're this fucking like clean, holistic state, man. California's filthy. You drive the highways of California, there's fucking trash and debris everywhere. Why? Don't we have prisoners in California? Get your ass out there on the road. You can do it in the middle of the night, whatever, when there's minimal traffic, and pick that shit up. Oh, you don't want to do it, inmate number, whatever? Here's another 6 months. How do you feel now? Here's another year. Oh, I thought so. Grab a bag and one of those little claw grabber things. What the fuck? That's what you should be doing with people who get nonviolent charges. Like people who get marijuana charges and shit like that. They should be out there picking up the fucking trash. So I can see all my tax money that you are sucking from my paycheck. So I can see that reflected in the landscape. So I can see nice, clean highways, clean roads. Not these makeshift fucking shanty towns spreading hepatitis C under the overpass and on the side of the highway. The shit is disgusting. You don't see these nice little sectioned off, clean little homeless areas. You never see a homeless person taking one of those plant things where you put the water in the bucket as a handle and there's a bunch of little holes and it sprays out like it's raining on the plant. You don't see them out there watering their garden. You don't see them saying, "Good morning, fellow citizen." You don't see them cleaning up. You don't see them out there on the highway cleaning up, earning their keep. Now, you will see them fighting. You will see them ingesting drugs, and you will see them taking a shit. But you won't see them being nice little neat members of society. And the shit is an eyesore. Anyway. Wet Works 57. I thank you, man, for the Hamilton. He says, the invasion continues. Mostly military-age men and not a clue who they are. The left will destroy our children's future. It won't be for lack of effort if they don't. Old Sweet Dick Malone says, take your pants off. Okay, man. They're your pants, people. Do what you will. But that is true. You look at any of the footage, still pics, video, and it's a bunch of war-age males, young men from their teens up to like their 30s, maybe their early 40s. Love is everything. At Jericho Green, I just heard Biden is renewing Title 42. Let's see what that old fucking scumbag is doing. And, hold on. Biden to renew. Bring that back. Bring that up. Okay, Biden restricts asylum access at Mexico border as Title 42 ends. As of an hour ago, DeSantis signs restrictive immigration bill, slams Biden's Title 42 set to expire. I don't see anything where it says he's renewing it or reinstating it. Says, yeah, all the headlines I see are talking about how it's expiring. Now he is sending troops down there. Now he's sending troops down there. How long have we been jumping up and down and screaming from the fucking rooftops that they need to put troops on the border? Some of us have even been saying that we need to pull our troops from various spots around the world and put them on the border. How many of our troops and sailors and airmen and Marines would love to leave shitholistan and be back on American soil? They might not be back in their home state, but they're back on American soil. Just a question, guys. It's just a question. These are just questions, man. I'm but a lowly tax ID number. Thank you very much, Brian Hendricks. He says, a donation, you say. My 200 quid gift to Jericho for the well thought of mother/child gift from Jericho to Authentically Kennedy. Well, that's what I do, man. I have been accused of being thoughtful in the past. And it's such a great thing. You know what I mean? It's something to be celebrated. You have two young people who love each other, are married. It's the American dream. Come on. He came home from the service, found his bride, started having some babies. Sounds good to me. Something to be celebrated. And what makes you good at having babies? Practice, practice, practice. Yeah. Don't touch me. I love doing that. I don't know if you guys have picked up on that yet, but I love Eli Efforts, thank you, sir. He says, Title 42 ends same day. F your reparations. My new voting block just showed up. That's right. You know what that reminds me of, Eli? Thank you for taking us down this road, Eli. You guys haven't noticed I like movies. You know what that reminds me of? You know what? This reminds me of? This new, and well, I shouldn't say new, but we're starting this phase of the great shift to the new voting block. Because it used to be black folks. All right? They used to pander to black folks, get that vote, boom, got you, we're in, see you in 4 years, 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, depending on what the election was for. But it reminds me of the scene toward the end of the Blues Brothers. And remember, all through the movie, Jake's ex-girlfriend, or his ex-fiance, left her at the altar. His ex-fiance has been chasing him through the movie trying to kill him. She tried to blow up his brother's apartment. She shot at him with a missile launcher. She's done all kinds of shit. Her sole purpose is to follow him around and try and kill him. So she finally gets him dead to rights at the end. They're escaping out of a tunnel underneath the venue. She's pointing an M16 at him. There's sludge on the ground. And he sweet talks her and gets back in. He grabs her. She's like, oh, Jake. And he kisses her passionately. Okay? That his ex-girlfriend, I can't remember the character's name, but his ex-girlfriend that he's kissing, that's the black voter. And Jake Blues is the Democrat Party. And the black folks look at the Democrats, oh, Democrats, oh, Negro. And they're kissing romantically, right? But what Jake does is he drops her because he was just doing that so he could get past her so they can go on and complete the mission. That's what just happened to you, black folks. Old voting bloc. The Democrat Party, as soon as the illegals showed up, they dropped you in the mud. He literally dropped her in the mud. He told his brother Elwood, he said, let's go. Boom, dropped that woman in the mud. Carrie Fisher, no less. Shit. That's what happened. That's what happens. You're old school now. What did Fergie tell us? You're so 2000 and late. Our new boo is in town. Thank you, a big booty Latina. Thoughts on Trump's $5 million settlement? Oh, we're going to get to that. Big booty Latina. We're going to get to that. I did a short about it on YouTube yesterday, a little 30-second whatever. But I will definitely talk a little more in depth about my thoughts on him being found liable. There we go. Because he wasn't guilty. It's not a criminal trial. But he was found liable. I'm sure you can guess which way I'm going. Wetworks 57, thank you again. He said the troops are just there to help process the asylum liars. I think you meant that last word to be seekers, not liars. These are people fleeing despair, poverty, and violence. Who are we to stand in their way? I'll tell you who we are. We're the host country, and we say, get the fuck out of here. Wait over there. Why don't you wait over there? Wait in beautiful Mexico. That's how it was. That's how it was. That's not how it is. It's just, come on in here, bruh. Come on in. Authentically, Kennedy, what are you doing? You've already paid $8 to witness this. Thank you again. Thank you for the Hamilton mother-to-be. She says, Jericho, are you sure you don't want to do a Trump town hall watch party tonight? Like, sure. Well, you know what, Authentically Kennedy? I'm not only sure, but I'm sure. I say that because my plate is full. Today, I am busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. When I'm done here, I got to finish cutting the grass. I have my daughter's play tonight. She's a teacher in this play that they're doing at her school. And of course, she memorized everybody's part, not just hers. But I got to go watch her show. And then immediately following that, I got to hightail it back to Jericho Green Studios to be on Double Impact. Thank you for that segue, Authentically Kennedy. Double Impact, triple threat. Let me show you. I'll show you. I know I saw that Authentically Kennedy. But I know. It would be so nice. But I can't. Got places to go, people to do, and the easy ones twice. Let's see. Damn. So we're gonna pull up this sumbitch page right here. I don't want to play it. I want to go to it. There we go. Share this thing right here. So this is where I will be immediately following my daughter's play. Bam! Double Impact. Gabe, Sean, Jericho, Green on Gabe's page right here. We will be discussing Pale Rider, my favorite Clint Eastwood Western, period. He plays a former preacher, or he's a former gunslinger. He puts his guns down. He literally keeps them in a safety deposit box, locked away. He's a preacher now. But some shit happens. Some good people are having bad things happen to them. So he must go and retrieve his 6-shooters and get down to business. I love it. Pale Rider. Tonight, Double Impact. 6 o'clock. Be there or be in the wrong damn spot. Now I am going to, there it is, share it. There it is, people. There it is. Watch it get pinned to the top. Boom. That's where I'll be tonight. And it's going to be good. It's been years since I've watched Pale Rider. I want to say it's been at least 10, 15 years since I've seen it. So it was great to see it again. It's always great to see something again years later, especially when you're at a different point in your life. You know, you're much older. Things are different. You might have a family or whatever. Something's changed your view of the world. And to see those older movies you watched as a kid. And it holds up. It holds up. So I'm very excited about that. You see the title, R.I.P Title 42. It's dead. And not only that, we will talk about Trump being found liable for $5 million for an alleged sexual assault that took place in 1996 in a department store. And then I have Sweet Mama G says 242 likes, 363 in the chat. Come on, people. Let's balance those numbers out. Disengage that finger, pull it out of whatever it's doing or away from. Hit it. Boom. Put it back. That's all I ask. Hit that thumbs up, please. Let's tell the YouTube masters what we want. Squeaky wheel gets the Jericho. I think so. Thank you, Spun Bearing 65. He says Pale Rider, 1858 Remingtons. They have some really good guns in that movie. Christina Avila, thank you. The pistol he had, because he had one pistol in the holster, and then he had another pistol, a smaller pistol in his belt. Spoiler alert, the smaller pistol is what he used to kill Stockburn. So I don't know. I'm gonna look those up. I'll look those up before tonight. Check out which guns he used in that movie. But yeah, that movie's the shit. And there's an awkward part in it where there's like romance talk between him and another character, but it's handled well. And it's a very real thing. Like I'm sure that really happens, especially the way he's introduced to the townspeople and all that kind of shit. But what a good movie. Love it. And it's the right time. It's a grizzled Clint Eastwood. It's 1985. So it's a grizzled Clint Eastwood, but not like a super old Clint Eastwood. It's not like a Gran Torino Clint Eastwood, where he's a little more limited in the action sequences because of his age. But in this one, yeah, he's badass, man. That scene when they go in town and he grabs those axe handles out of the trash can. Oh, man. Love it. But all of that, Double Impact, Triple Threat. Tonight, you see the link pinned to the top of the comment section. Make sure you are there. We have a good time. It's a little different than what you would see here. You know, it's a lot more pop culture driven. Plus, we're talking about the movie and all these different conversations spring from the movie, the discussion about the movie. And then we have special guests that come in. And Double Impact is sponsored by Hulk Hogan's Tampa restaurant, Pasta Mania. So sometimes Hulk Hogan chimes in. Part of the agreement is that he's free to just come in whenever he wants and do a bit or talk about whatever he wants. And he uses that liberally. Finally, using that word in a different way than we have been for the last 10 years. Great show. You should check it out. So, also, Gavin saying no. I love that shit. It's his task force, and he said no to him. Holy shit. And then Chicago Chicago loves illegals. And when I say loves, I mean loves. Chicago loves illegals more than black folks, if you can imagine. You can imagine that, but they love them some illegals. Mr. Comic 2009, thank you again. He says, "Are you still cool with Brandon Tatum?" Yes, I am. I was just on his YouTube channel. Was it 3 weeks ago? Something like that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm still cool with B Tatum. That's my boy. Yes, I am. We text back and forth every now and again, holidays and shit. Happy Thanksgiving, things like that. If I see something that I want to talk to him about, or vice versa. So yeah, man, cool dude. Tammy, yeah, R.I.P. Chris Penn. He was in that. He played the little sniveling shit, son of the rich guy. He played that part very well. Also, what's his name? The dude, I can't remember the actor's name, but he was in Moonraker. The big dude with the silver teeth. He was in Happy Gilmore, and he was in Pale Rider. But yeah, he has a confrontation with Chris Penn in that, or his character in that movie. So yeah, that shit we're going to talk about, plus a whole lot more. Rod Manhammer, yes, Jaws. That was his character in Moonraker, one of the Bond movies with Roger Moore. I think that was in the early 70s. I mean, Roger Moore's cool. If I had to put the James Bonds in order, I would say that Roger Moore is number 2. I'm just not really a big fan outside of Sean Connery and Roger Moore. I'm not a big fan of the James Bonds. Daniel Craig's cool. I think I'll flip flop Daniel Craig and Roger Moore. I'll put Daniel Craig number 2. But even Daniel Craig, he didn't have what Sean Connery had, but he was definitely he was cool. Italia Rose 12 says Pierce Brosnan was the best to me. I don't know. Pierce Brosnan, he was just too fucking. He had the suave James Bond, but he didn't have that tough side to him. He just wasn't tough. Maybe it's because we already saw him in Remington Steele and all that shit, and Mrs. Doubtfire by that point. But I'm not a fan. I didn't like Pierce Brosnan. I didn't. What's his name? Timothy Dalton. I didn't like him. He looked weird. That cleft chin, that butt chin. What's the guy? George something. He only did like 1 or 2 of them. I wasn't a big fan of him. But Sean Connery, come on, Sean Connery. Going to be in a lot of danger. Like Sean Connery was a shit. Goldfinger? You expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond. They expect you to die. Or was that Dr. No? But man, Goldfinger, Thunderball, Dr. No, From Russia with Love. Now, yeah, George Lazenby. Thank you, Spun Bearing. Now, am I a big fan of the later Bond? Like, what was the one he did with the voodoo shit? Was that Live and Let Live? I can't remember that one. Oh, Octopussy. Yeah, that was like the only time I could say that in front of grown-ups and not get in trouble. But yeah, as a kid, I was like, Octopussy and Pussy Galore. Hold on, girl. Your name is Pussy Galore? Live and Let Die. Now, that had to be one of the coolest songs, because James Bond always had a good song, the intro with the, would you call that animation, I guess? But James Bond, it was always a good intro song. Goldfinger was another one. Goldfinger was the shit. Oh, man. And I think Sean Connery was Scottish. But I wasn't a fan of the older James Bond. We started getting that silver streak right here. No, man. Yeah, Live and Let Die, Paul McCartney. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. But yeah, earlier Sean Connery, the first ones, definitely. He's the best James Bond, hands down. The best mix of suave, Mission Money Penny, and ordering the drink, the vodka martini, all that. Plus, he get in a fight too. He fucks some shit up. His little Walther P-32. Come on. And the car, Q. All right, I'm done. I'll never get to the show if I keep going down this road. Yeah, Lori Ann. Daniel Craig, he did good. He's my number 2 Bond. He's my number 2. But Daniel Craig doesn't quite have the look. He's a good-looking dude, but I don't know. He just doesn't have that. Sean Connery had it all. He was the best. You expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to die. That was the shit. He's like, I don't want nothing from you. I'm going to cut you in half with this laser long ways, bruh. Starting at the sack. Jamie, thank you. Have you heard the Godsmack song Red, White, and Blue? I have not. I haven't listened to Godsmack in a long time. What was that song they performed? I remember watching Mad TV. It was like 2002, 2003. Godsmack was a shit. They had their flash in the pan for sure. But no, I never heard that song by Godsmack. I'll check that out. I'm down to add a song to the playlist. Room 13, I love Casino Royale. That was the shit. That opening scene where he's chasing homeboy, that parkour dude in Africa, and they go up on that fucking crane. Oh, man. That shit was crazy. Lord Bibby 42, I Stand Alone. Was that the one they did on Mad TV? I don't think that's the one. I think it's Don't Lie to Me or some shit. Hold on. Settle this right now. Godsmack. Mad TV. Straight Out of Line. That's what it was. That was a good song. No, they told me to worry. Yeah, I like Godsmack. I don't give a fuck. If it's good, I'll listen to it. That is for sure. Okay. Okay, people. So, Title 42. So, as we mentioned before, Sloppy Joe is putting troops, National Guard troops, on the border. Okay? But I think it's too little, too late. That's what I think. I think if you did this a long time ago, the problem would be solved by now. If you did this a long time ago, or here's an idea. I don't want to get too crazy, so you guys let me know if I'm going too far, if I'm going too far out of bounds, too far off the rails, man. You let me know. But maybe if you continued the construction of the wall, never mind. That was stupid. I shouldn't have said that. Let's check this out.
Forward! Forward! Forward!
What the fuck? Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Hold on. I don't care what branch you're in. Hold on. We're going back to full screen. Because you need to look at my ocular stems. I don't care what branch you're in. There's something you learn in boot camp. Some branches call it basic training. But what you're going to learn is how to march. And to be honest, there's something weird about, because in boot camp you stick with your gender. They haven't created a Ku Klux transgender division yet in boot camp, but give them time. But you train with your gender. So we always heard guys calling forward march. It's weird to hear a girl saying forward march, but whatever. That's just me. That's just my sexism bubbling to the surface. But she said forward march, and everybody was out of step. What the fuck? Nobody was calling Kate. I don't care. You don't have to have somebody calling cadence to keep you in step, but obviously they need it. They were out of step. I don't know how to convey that to civilians, to people who aren't veterans, but that's day one. That's day one, player. Authentically Kennedy, show your husband that. His mouth will be agape. What the fuck? Forward march? And they were out of step? Holy shit, man. Like forward march, left, right. When you're standing at attention, hopefully they were standing at attention. Who knows? But you're not supposed to give the command to march unless you're in a position of attention. So it looks to me like they, at the start of the video, oh, hold on, let me go back. It looks like right here. Now, obviously, you see their legs apart like this. This guy looks like he's at attention. These people, I don't know, are they at attention? But this guy right here is all fucked up. He should be looking like this dude when you give the command to march. You don't give the forward march command from parade rest or at ease. It looks like these people are at ease because when you're in parade rest, your hands are behind your back. But maybe they can't because they got something in their hand. Whatever. You can still put your heels together and have your hands at your side at attention and be at attention, even if you have something in your hand. So that's number one. And if somebody in here, current, former military, and I'm missing something, please let me know. But my knowledge, I was in color guard. I called cadence in boot camp. So I know a little bit about some marching. You don't call forward march unless you're at attention. I've never been told forward march from parade rest or at ease, ever. Parade rest, at ease, at rest. At rest, you can talk. At ease, you can't. Parade rest, you can't. Attention, you damn sure can't. What the fuck? What? That's just number one, right off the bat. What the fuck? Why is no one? What? I don't get it, man. What is this? What is this? Dog, that's day one, player. DMW says participation trophy military. We are fucked. That's day one. Kennedy, your husband said it's a shit sandwich. That's right. Not even a solid shit, so not even out of solid turds. Runny shit. That's a diarrhea shit sandwich. That is what we call unsat. Okay, let's continue. Forward march.
Forward march.
Out of step, you sloppy. What the? And wait a minute. I think it was King B I saw there. What's up with these school buses? I hope you're not transporting them in school buses. You better not be. Because our damn military budget's too fucking big to be transporting these troops, National Guard or active duty, in a fucking Bluebird. No height line. It's supposed to go tallest to shortest. I'm pretty sure I saw a woman in there who was about 5'3". MPs, you're the police. Why the riot gear? Whoa, 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 whoa. I got two things to talk about. This little motherfucker right here is one of them. Why the riot gear? Why the riot gear if these are asylum seekers? They're just coming here for peace. They're hungry. They're hungry. They're scared. Why the riot gear? Why the shields? Why the pads on the shins and whatnot? Why are you guys doing? There's no need for that. These people aren't violent. We have been told for years that not only are these people not violent, but they're fucking better than you. They're better than you. They work harder than you. They love their kids more than you. Why the riot gear? That's weird. Sue Sabelborough, electric school bus. Those are the new electric school buses. And I'm Kamala the Uganda Nightmare. We're going to talk about school buses. Ugh. You see that picture of him and Sloppy Joe and Kamala in the back of a car? And it says, hey, folks, hop in. We're going to lunch. Could you imagine? Could you imagine being in a car in an enclosed space with Kamala and Sloppy Joe? Your eardrums are finished because Kamala's going to be sitting there, ga 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 ga. So these are shattered, blood running out. You're done. Then Joe's, man, get off of me. He's like a dog that's just humping your leg. Get off of me. The decibels, the molestation. No, thank you. But I'm sorry. Let's go back to this little. What is this? What is that? If she sits that shield down, she's barely like this. That shield is almost as tall as her. What is that? She's only a few inches higher than this light on the bus. She's only a little bit taller than the wheel well. What is this? This is who you're putting in a fucking riot situation? You could take her and beat her with her and then just throw her when you're done. What the fuck is this? This woman is 5 feet tall. Why is she in riot gear? Guys, can I get sexist for a second? Huh? You guys ready for some hard sexism? I'll be gentle when I put it in. Ooh. Here it goes. I believe that women should only be in the military in a support role, meaning, supply, medical, shit like that. Nothing on the front lines. Nothing that has to do with violence. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. Because this little munchkin, this little Oompa Loompa right here ain't going to do nothing. And neither is she. What the fuck is that? You're nowhere near the fight. You are tiny. I've also said before, And I'm a bit conflicted because I've had correspondence with some female police officers. One female police officer in particular, she pulled somebody over who was listening to one of my videos, who was watching or, listening, because of course they were driving, eyes on the road, 10 and 2. They were listening to my video in the car, so she let him go. So there's a bit of confliction here because I'm sure she's a nice woman, but I don't believe women should be police officers. I don't. I believe in all fronts, in all facets, on all fronts, keep women away from the violence. That's what men are for. Dionne Warwick and Stevie Wonder told us that's what friends are for. Well, I'm telling you, that's what men are for. We're to take the beatings and the bullets and the violence. That's what we're built for. That's why we're bigger and stronger, all that stupid stuff they're trying to erase. So, ladies, if you disagree, let me know, but that's what I think. That is absolutely redonkulous. Look at her. Out of step. I don't get it. Why the shields? They're just innocent little asylum seekers. They just want their slice of the American pie. That's all. They just want their slice. Why are you guys being dicks? Why are you guys being dicks, huh? Let them in. Why do you guys got the shields for what? These are just people trying to come here for what? What do they always tell us they want to come here for? A better life. That's it. They just want a better life. Is that too much to ask for? Huh? Who are you? Sorry, I almost lost it. Who are you to tell them they can't come here for a better life? But if that's what all they're coming here for, then I don't see the need for all the rough and tumble gear. Huh? Huh? Thank you, Mr. Riley! Ay! Shy! Thank you, Mr. Riley! No more the title party! Go! Now, if we're being honest, and I love honesty, then we have to know that wouldn't be the only music representing people coming across the southern border, because they're coming from all around the world, people. That's right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for letting me come here and sneak through your set. Well, I shouldn't say sneak, because if you say sneak, that means somebody's trying to keep you out. Nobody's stopping me, Joe. Thank you. This place is way better than China. For being honest. Okay? And that is not the only type of person that you're going to see at the southern border. That's right. Thank you. What? They're coming too. It's the United Nations down there. It's the United Nations. A little bit of everybody. That's who's coming. The whole world is down there. Also, people from Africa, thank you, Joe Biden, for letting me come to your country. Everybody, come on! What? It's not just Jesus is coming through the border. It's everybody. Body. Is that how the kids say it? Body is coming through the South. Why not? It's wide open. J.P. Irvine. Thank you for the Hamilton. If Title 42 was an ice cream flavor, Biden would have to pass on it for votes. FJB, finish the damn wall, Grandpa. We can't afford to take care of everyone. Well, no. I think you got that a little bit mixed up, J.P. Irvine. They can't afford to take care of everyone. They won't. But they will make sure that we do. We have to take care of their new power source. It's everything to them. Without it, they are nothing. That's why they're in desperation mode. Simeon Merriweather, thank you. He says, I agree. It looks like they're going hiking. That's right, man. Here to have a good time. Put on my North Face, get my cell phone, my new comfy shoes. And again, like I mentioned last week, that video of yes, Authentically Kennedy, Africa. That video of all the illegals lined up along the streets of downtown El Paso, and you saw a bunch of them. 90% of them were looking down at their phone. Who's paying their bill? You're way up here. You're thousands of miles from home. Who's taking care of your cell phone bill? Or were you responsible enough to get all your affairs in order before you left? Thank you, Max Bang, for the Hamilton. This is Biden's protection plan. He's just using it on the wrong people. He's protecting them, not us. He's not protecting us from them. He's protecting them from the country that they came from. Ridiculous. United Nations down there. You didn't think the word was going to get around? All the countries south of the border held on to the secret as long as they could. But the word got out. And now the world is here. Haitians, it don't matter. Chinese, African, Pakistani, it doesn't matter. Get your ass up here. What little protections we had in place are gone. And there are no talks of reinstating it. Because what did they tell us? We can't be too shocked by this, because what did they tell us? Mayorkas, his dumbass, Chocolate Patty, and a whole bunch of other ones got up there with the straight face and told us the border is secure. Justin Desroches, thank you for the Hamilton. He says, just got out of work, sat in my van, and things got wicked play. They do, man, real quick. It's a great day of hump in the van with JG and family. Keep it play. Every day. You don't got to worry about that, Justin. These people stay play. If you stay play, you don't have to get play, right? That's right, Brian King B. I brought you in for free. Vote for me. That's how it is. That's what's going to happen when it comes time to vote. Hey, little buddy. Hey, remember me? I plucked you from that Shiza hole. You owe me. You owe me, man. I got you all this shit. I got you set up, man. You got an apartment. Your little kids are in school because I know your ass showed up pregnant. Little kids are in school, got you a cell phone, a job. You don't got to hide in the shadows. What shadows? That's right, Rome 13. Play ball. Sons of bitches, man. Sons of bitches. They said the border's secure. They said there is no border problem. What are you talking about? Then why are you putting National Guard troops down there? Huh? Why? And why are they in riot gear? Are they expecting trouble? Trouble from who? These nice little people that walked up here just want a better life. They're not going to cause any problems. Shit. Joyce Decker, what time is Double Impact? 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, my lady. Thank you. Nona S., I'm with you on female police, and I'd add to it, I'm not for female leadership in government either. So, I mean, that's a topic of discussion. We can definitely have that discussion, but I'm very firm on how I feel about women in combat and police and violence. No, let's just, no. Come on back here where it's safe. I'll take the slings and the arrows. Authentically Kennedy, Jericho, up where you live, do they Mexicans sell strawberries in the Lowe's parking lots? They're hustling. I haven't seen them in the Lowe's parking lot, but you will see them, especially around Valentine's Day. Mother's Day, you're going to see a bunch of tables set up with the little bears holding the heart and glass vases and shit. And yeah, you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot of that shit. Thank you, Leonard S. He says, historically, young males immigrate first, then the families. That secure border stuff is possible because of the corrupt media. Yes, and I would say that's I would say that that is true also when it comes to legal immigration. Because yes, you come here, you find work, you establish yourself, and then you bring over your family legally. Yes, that's understood. But the government has bought and professed and supported this anchor baby bullshit. That's not a real law. There is no law that says if you come here and drop a baby on our soil, that baby's a citizen and you can stay. You can start migrating your family over here. That chain migration. No, nobody. Fuck no. That's not a real law. That is some bullshit. But somehow, some way, that's the way it is. And if you drop a baby here, well, we can't kick you out. Yes, we can. That baby ain't going to remember shit. That baby ain't going to be traumatized because he was squeezed out of his mom's foreign clam. And you sent her ass back a couple weeks later. That baby ain't going to know a damn thing. You, the baby, your husband, get the fuck out of here. That's what I think. None the Miser. Double Impact is the best food review podcast on YouTube. None the Miser, a fixture on my platforms and especially on Double Impact. And yeah, man, the shit, we start talking about food and stuff. And like a couple weeks ago, we did Fistful of Dollars. And there's a scene where they're roasting like a goat or something. He just grabs a big ass piece of meat right off the spit. It takes a big ass bite and throws it at his homeboy. So then, starts food conversations. But we do talk about the movie and a whole bunch of other stuff too. That's right, intergalactic transmitter, brother. Tammy A, Pastamania, brother. Tammy is also there too. Told you Hulk Hogan be doing his thing. He comes in and out wherever he goes. That's right, Mads. Anchor baby. She's Anchor baby. WTF? That's right. The mama comes here, has a baby. Come over here 8.5 months pregnant. Miss, could you fill out this form? Boom! Right there on the floor. That means the baby can stay. And of course, you can't keep the baby without his mama and his daddy. So now the federal government cares about the nuclear family. Got it. Yeah, those are the rules down here, Mads. So yeah, that's some crazy bullshit. But here they come. And why not? Because Title 42 was because of the sweet and sour sniffles. It was enacted by Trump so that we could keep people on that side of the border. You stay over there to have your asylum claim processed. And because, we don't want you bringing your germs up here, you got to stay over there. But somehow, the border is so secure. And maybe Title 42 was just window dressing. It was just for looks. But now they know it's officially expired. Here they come. But the border is so secure that under Biden, we've had more than 6 million illegals come across the border. 6 million ways to die. Choose one. Well, man, what album is that from? Take that, people. So it's so secure that we had 6 million motherfuckers come across. Let me show you guys something that is horrifying. I think it's a good way to describe this. Horrifying. Like, have you ever watched a movie? Maybe it's like a thriller or something, and there was what you call a jump scare, where, like, they're going through the house nice and quiet, and then the cat jumps off the refrigerator, and you're like, mittens. And they turn around and the killer's right there, right? A jump scare. We call that a jump scare. Or, something, they open a door and something falls out. Gotcha. That was a jump scare. Well, this is going to give you a jump scare as well. Because this is some of the ugliest shit you're going to see in your life. I guarantee you that. Okay? I don't make a lot of guarantees in life. I told you guys that before. But I guarantee you this is going to scare the shit out of you. If you're eating and you already have food in your belly, sorry. If you're drinking or something, put the beverage down. Put the food down. Put the child. Are you holding a child? Put it down because you don't want to freak out and throw the kid on the ground. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, damn. Shit. Fuck. What is that? Ay, Chihuahua. What the fuck is that? That, dear people, is Chelsea Clinton. Fuck. She looks like her parents look on the inside. Like when Hillary Clinton goes to those goat blood rituals and her human skin falls away, that's what's underneath. She looks like somebody halfway through turning into a monster. Holy shit. Golly. Whoo. How you like that? I did warn you, Scott Calais. I did. Ooh, good point, Mario. He says that's worse than Chuck Schumer's wife. True that. And Chuck Schumer's wife is fucked. She needs a checkup from the neck up. But this demon right here, if she bit you, you're turning into something. She's like, and you throw up your forearm. And she sinks those fucking choppers into your arm. You got 24 hours before you turn. You're going to be like, get away. Like Michael Jackson, get away. You're turning into something. By sundown, you're not going to be human anymore. Because whatever ancient ghoul that is just bit you in your fucking arm. Whoa. Fuck. Okay. Now that the shock's worn off, or maybe it hasn't. because I've seen this picture before, and I can only look at it for a few seconds because I feel like she's going to take my spirit. Alien Robot Ghost says, I wonder what she's looking at. I'll tell you what she's looking at. Children. It looks like her head's going to spin around. She's going to go, fuck you, priest. Right? Chelsea Clinton. That's why I put on there, Chelsea wants the children. She wants to head the largest child vaccination effort ever. She's partnering with UNICEF, the World Health Organization, and Bill and Melinda Gates. This Legion of Doom is launching an 18-month campaign to get all of the children in America poked. Hell, they want all the children in the world to be poked. That wants to poke. Well, no, I shouldn't say it that way. She wants all of the children to get the poke for the sweet and sour sniffles. Holy shit. We can't let you get anywhere near our children. You might eat them. All right, sweet Mama G, she said enough. All right. Damn, you're right. The people are going to start passing out. There we go. Whew. Hope I'm more fun to look at than her. Because she might grab a child in her claws and fucking fly up into the night sky with your kid. Ah! She flies up into the night sky. Ah! Oh, fuck. The largest child vaccination effort ever is headed up by one of the Clintons. Now, I bet you Hades over there in the corner jumping up and down saying, don't do it. And don't forget, Hillary Clinton was setting up one of her health organizations in India not too long ago. All right? That's right. Tammy Abe, she's gone. She's no longer with us. Tammy, please come back. I did not mean for that woman's picture to make you leave this earth. So please come back. We need you. I'm sorry. Yeah, authentically Kennedy. She has kids too. Some dude, hold on, I got to bring it back. I'm sorry because I got to make my point. Some dude tapped that on the shoulder. It turned around. What? And I was just thinking, pick me up tomorrow at 8:00. They went on dates. He gets down on his knee. I will wed you. They get married. He gets on top of or behind that. Impregnate me. And he, please don't. Yeah, that's a brave or a crazy person. That thing is fuck. Okay, we get it out of there. Whoa. Whew. Okay. Now watch. A week later, that woman from The Ring is going to climb out of your computer screen or your phone. Because you watch that shit. We're all dead in 7 days. Oh. Oh, sorry. But basically, she's coming for your children. She wants them to all have the juice. Donatello Slapperfellow says his penis burst into flames. It was too late then. He had already completed his mission. He's like a salmon. He's spawned. He's done. She probably ate his head later. Ooh. The Clintons. The Clintons are fucked up. That's right, Scott Clay. 7 days, man. Mark it on your calendar. We're done. Tamia, you're back. I'm glad. That was a little touch and go for a second, but we're glad you're back. Sorry about that, guys. You need this. I suffered. You suffered too. There we go. Booyakasha. Chicago. Hey, what are you saying there? Don't you know Chicago? I love it. I love to see people get what they deserve, good or bad. If you work hard for something, you should get what you deserve. Whether you're working hard for something good or you're working hard for something fucked up, you should get what you deserve. Excuse me. And America's shooting range is no different. It is no different. I love it. I love it. You voted for this. You wanted this. You wanted this. So you got it. Hold on a second. There it is. Bam. Careless. I got you. I did not forget. Thank you, Careless. JG, what people don't understand is that one person that crosses the border can eventually bring their whole family. Yeah, I believe it's like 10. For every one person, they can bring 10 relatives. 10! Diversity is our strength. No, it's not. It's our weakness. It's our weakness. Because their definition of diversity is diversity of appearance. You better all think the same and speak the same. But we want you to look different. Mr. Comic 2009, thank you again. He says she, meaning Chelsea Clinton, looks like it. I don't know. I somehow would feel safer around it. I just would. You got to be around it or you got to be around Chelsea Clinton. I'm going with it every time. I feel like I would be more safe and protected with it. She looks like it. Golly, what an unfortunate face. But yeah, Chicago, they love them some illegals and they hate them some black Chicagoans. Thank you very much, Lord Bibby42, for the Hamilton. She ain't that bad looking. A hole's a hole, am I right? Hey, Lord Bibby, that's your penile attachment. All right, that's yours, man. If you want to throw it on the crap table of death, you go right ahead. But chances are you're not going to get it back. Because I'm pretty sure her pussy does bite back, like for real. But hey, man, it's yours. Do with it what you will. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. But I have proof that Chicago hates the black folks that live there. Well, it hates everybody who lives there, but especially black folks. Here, I have proof. South Shore leaders left out of city's plan to convert high school into shelter for who? Families seeking asylum. The same families that they need riot gear for on the border are coming to a neighborhood near you. Community leaders in South Shore say they were left in the dark about plans to convert a shuttered high school into a shelter for families seeking asylum as Chicago experience. It's an experience. They're experiencing a surge in immigration. It's immigration. It's legal. They're just immigrants. It's a surge. It's like Ellis Island all over again. Mayor Lori Lightfoot's office is organizing a community meeting for 6 p.m. on Thursday, so that's mañana, at the former South Shore High School at 7627. Okay. Okay, hold on. I want to go to a different one because there's an article for after they had this community meeting. Uh-oh. South Shore residents blast plan to turn former school into shelter for migrants. Quote, we don't want them in this building. Man. These evil, racist white folks, I'm telling you. I am telling you. That is something else because only racist white people would talk like that. Right? Yeah, for sure. Because no one else is racist. Just white people. That's what they say. I'm just going by what they say. Silver Stasher, thank you for the Hamilton. Says thanks for what you do. Hey, man, thanks for being here. Because if you weren't here, I wouldn't have shit to do. Team effort. But thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You're looking out. Now, let's get back to these racist white folk who are saying we don't want them here, even though it's in Chicago, I feel like. That's what they sound like. We don't fucking want them in this building. Get them out of here. In a chaotic meeting Thursday, South Shore residents demanded city officials house immigrants arriving in Chicago on the north side rather than a shuttered local school, saying the resources being spent to help them should instead be invested on the south side. Wait a minute. So you're saying the resources of the city should only be for the people who live in the city who are legal residents, legal citizens? Crazy. Officials were prepared to deliver a presentation on the shelter plan at the meeting, which was held at South Shore International College Prep. But as it was set to begin, they were drowned out by the audience members yelling, "We don't care!" and "We don't want them here." What? Why are the mainstream mediocres not all over this story? You finally found racist white people in the fucking heartland of America saying we don't care about immigrants, saying we don't want them here. Others yelled, send them back, close the border, build the wall 2024. What the fuck? Why do we not have footage of all these dadgum racist white sons of bitches all over the TV screen? We don't care. We don't want them here. Close the border. Send them back. Build the wall 2024. That's gotta be you racist white motherfuckers. Got you. Caught you red-handed with your hand inside of the racist Klan cookie jar. Finally, we have proof. These racist white people don't want these little brown faces here. They're telling them, build a wall and go back. Build the wall. They took our job. They took our job. Let me see a picture of these mother. Let me scroll up. I'm going to scroll up and you're going to see these pale faces of you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, I know I just said they just a bunch of racist white boss hog motherfuckers, but hey, it turns out black folks saying that shit. That's why the cameras aren't there. That's why the mainstream mediocres aren't covering this. That's why Sloppy Joe hasn't mentioned this. That's why that little shiny faced midget chocolate patty hasn't been talking from behind the podium. It's because they're colored. So why are they allowed to say things like, we don't want you here, go back home, build the wall, close the border? Nothing. Crickets. Quiet as a dead church mouse. But if they were white. Mr. Kojak, thank you again. He says she's the scary version of Species, the movie. Yeah, Chelsea Clinton, I don't know. I'd rather be with the lizard monster from Species than Chelsea Clinton. I just feel like Chelsea Clinton's way more evil than a lab generated beast. It's just how I feel. The ultimate evil. This is black folks saying that. Oh, son of a bitch. Why would they be mad? Why would they be mad that something they wanted reopened for them, for their families and their community to enjoy? And they said no, but they're going to reopen it for some illegals. They said the school would serve as temporary housing for them while more permanent shelter is readied. Not we're going to keep them here until we send them back where they came from. No, until more permanent shelter is ready. It has to be prepared. You got to make the bed and clean linen and do hospital corners and dust the furniture. It has to be prepared. Officials said 250 to 500 immigrants would be housed at the school at one time. Damn. What do you think they're going to feed them? They're going to feed them the same unhealthy bullshit they feed your kids in public school? Of course not. Don't be ridiculous. They're going to take a page out of New York's book. They're going to feed them South American fare. We don't want them to miss home. Why don't you throw some Pakistani food in there, some Chinese food in there, some African food in there? Oh, I just have one kind. Make it get a little bit of everything for everybody. Make it a little multinational potluck in there. Isn't that nice? They're just going to be there just temporarily until more permanent housing is readied. That is so fucking nice. Look at these. Look at that sign. Build the wall 2024, you fucking racist. Damn. Look at this shit. Let me read this more from these fucking assholes in Chicago. Residents at the meeting said they were concerned about safety around the school once the immigrants were in place. What are they going to do during the day when I'm at work? Asked one resident. Another asked, have they been background checked? Some asked about trash buildup around the school and wanted to know if the migrants were vaccinated. These are all stupid questions. Keep them inside of your puny little brains. Tina Shackhill, Tina Scahill. That's a weird name. I'm sorry. Tina, let's call her Tina. Executive Director of the Chicago Police Department Office of Constitutional Policing and Reform. That's too long of a fucking title. That title means this is a bullshit department that doesn't need to be. Said the department plans to have officers patrol the location around the clock and will increase camera surveillance. Well, that's cool, because with camera surveillance, you can catch them after they've assaulted one of the neighborhood members. That's cool. They're going to give them around the clock police presence, 24 hours. Do you just need to simply ask for more police presence in your neighborhood while you're under siege? Black residents. Oh, man. Residents said black neighborhoods like South Shore could use the money being spent to house the immigrants to tackle chronic issues like homelessness and gun violence. They said asylum seekers should instead be placed in more affluent areas of the city. Of course not. Their donors live there, stupid. The rich donors that Lori Lightfoot clinks champagne plumes together and goes down on, they live in those neighborhoods. That's never going to fucking happen. But this is what you voted for. You got your first openly gay, blah, 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 blah. And this is what you got. Sanctuary city, here you are. That's what you get for voting for that bullshit. And you think it's going to change? Because you got that jackass Brandon Johnson in there? It's only going to get worse. He said the immigrants need love. They want to love these immigrants. They certainly love them more than you. You and your stupid homelessness and gun violence. Shut the fuck up. They don't care. It's about their new voting bloc. Thank you very much, the amazing Wong. She says, JG, Dark Horse Comics announced that it has been working with Whoopi Goldberg on an upcoming graphic novel featuring a menopausal superhero called The Change. Be reading. I will never read again before I read that piece of shit. That publication needs to be printed out by the millions and only used to line the bottom of bird, hamster, and rabbit cages, because it should only be used to shit on. That's all it should be used for. In my opinion. Animals should dookie on it. And people too. Get the fuck out. I thought you were kidding. Guys, I'm not going to talk too much about it here today. But I'm going to take the biggest shit on this that I've ever taken in my life. I'm going to take the biggest dookie I've ever taken in my life on top of this fucking mess. Hold on. Hold on. It's my son. He just got home from school. So let me leave you guys with this. I'll be back in 1 second. What is that? She's creepy. She is, son. She is. From the mouth of babes, I'm telling you. You say, who is that? She's creepy. Charles Turner Jr., Jericho, this picture is hideous. I know. I know. I know. No. Okay, so here it is, guys. Oh my God, Max Bang, why'd you do this? Here it is, Whoopi Goldberg as a fucking comic book character. Change. That looks like Queen Latifah from that stupid ass show, Equalizer. Dark Horse to publish Whoopi Goldberg graphic novel about a menopausal superhero. Because that's what the fanboys The comic book character fans, that's what they want. They want a menopausal superhero. What the? I'm fucking done, man. Bring on the meteor. I am done. Who the fuck wants to see that? A menopausal superhero. That sounds boring as fuck. Boo. What? If they sell 10 copies, I'll be shocked. And it can't just be the copy she buys for all those other dried up harpies on their fucking TV show either. Can't be. I mean, 10 people who aren't employed by The View have to buy that. Holy shit. A menopausal superhero. And not only a menopausal superhero, but Whoopi Goldberg? Oh, what? Hell no. Ron Fuego, Whoopi or Chelsea? I pick celibacy. I can't. Oh, come on, man. Ugh. How do you spell that? No, thank you. Mr. Comic 2009, thank you again. He says, why not just burn the money? Oh, this is right up your alley, Mr. Comic 2009. When you were a young boy, when you were a teenager, didn't you lay awake at night dreaming of a menopausal superhero character? What the fuck? I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to send this to Gabe and Shant right now. Those dudes are comic book artists at the highest level. And I know they haven't heard about it yet because they damn sure would have told me about it if they did. That's the kind of shit we put in our text thread. Like some shit like that, they definitely would have told me if they seen it already. So I'm about to blow their fucking minds right now. I'm about to blow their fucking minds. No. Jeez Louise. Okay. Trump, $5 million. Trump is $5 million poorer. $5 million poorer. Which to Trump, 5 million ain't shit. Thank you, Mr. Comic 2009. Once again, he says, you figured me out. I knew it. I remember what it was like to be a young man, a young adolescent man. And what I wanted to see most was I wonder how a menopausal superhero would handle things. Who's their target audience? Never mind. Forget it. Donald Trump, $5 million poorer. Why? Because of this lady here. E. Jean Carroll is the name of the woman who accused Trump of sexual assault back in 1996 in a department store. And here is a clip of an interview that she did with Anderson Cooper. And I don't know, you tell me.
You don't feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished, which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
But I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault.
Here it comes.
It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
So that lady, off first impression, she looks nuttier than squirrel shit. She looks like she believes she can communicate with cats. She looks fucking crazy. And she sounds crazy. She says she believes that most people think rape is sexy, like they're thinking about some kind of fantasy. One more time. Please, Miss Carol.
You don't feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished, which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
But I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
No, what'd you take from that? This woman who allegedly was sexually assaulted by Trump in a department store 26 years ago. And she didn't come out with these accusations until 2019. Again, that takes some of the shine off of your accusation when you wait this many years to say something. That lady is nuttier than squirrel shit. You don't seem to be too broken up about these accusations about what happened to you in 1996. You seem to be handling it pretty well. But it wasn't a criminal case. I was on a Instagram page yesterday, and people are like, "Oh, how come he's not in jail? He should be in jail. If he was black, he would have been in jail. He should be in jail. It's not a criminal case, you fucking idiots. It's not a criminal case. It's a civil case. That's why he was found liable and not guilty. So they found him liable for defamation because he went on a rant October 12th of last year about that woman on his True Social network. And they also found him liable for sexual assault. But she accused him of raping her. She accused him of penetrating her with his penis. And she said he also penetrated her with his fingers. So she just said she wasn't raped. She said that didn't happen to her. So is this is just about defamation? Sexual assault? Why isn't this criminally prosecuted if it's sexual assault? Why did she wait so long? That don't make no damn. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you wait so long? She waited so long because now is the time. Now they need her. This phase of the plan is necessary. That's why they're doing that now. So here, second. Here we go. Here's Trump talking about the case after the fact.
from a Trump-hating, Clinton-appointed judge who went out of his way to make sure that the result of this trial was as negative as it could possibly be, speaking to and in control of a jury from an anti-Trump area, which is probably the worst place in the United States for me to get a fair trial. We'll be appealing this decision. It's a disgrace. I don't even know who this woman is. I have no idea who she is, where she came from. This is another scam. It's a political witch hunt. And somehow we're going to have to fight this stuff. We cannot let our country go into this abyss. This is disgraceful. You have somebody running for office. You have a woman that's financed and lied about it. She totally lied about it by Democrat operatives, like just about the biggest one there is. And she said that wasn't true. They found that she lied about it, and the judge wasn't even, I guess, letting it be put in as evidence. The whole thing is a scam, and it's a shame, and it's a disgrace to our country. You expect from a...
So there's Trump speaking on it after, and I think what they're trying to do is these indictments and this civil case and shit like this, it's death by 1,000 cuts. They want Trump to keep coming out saying they're coming after me. It's a witch hunt. They want it to get to the point where people don't even believe him anymore. And people start believing, well, if there's all these things, it's got to be true. They're desperate. They are fucking desperate. They know Trump's coming in with a lot of steam in 2024, and they are scared shitless. Look how they treated him before this bullshit impeachments. They're scared. He's not beholden to them. He don't give a fuck about their structure, who they're in bed with the lobbyists, these relationships they form with fucked up people, and the money they take. He don't give a shit about none of that. And he's a danger to them. He's a danger to their well-being. And you see what they'll do to protect their well-being. You see what they've done to us to protect their well-being. You've seen the social experiments they pulled on us. All right, people. Make sure you are here. Well, not here, but on Gabe's channel. Double Impact tonight, 6 p.m. I will be there on the heels of my daughter's play tonight. I'm excited. I already went and got her some flowers. My wife got her some flowers. My wife is going to, do what she does, make it all pretty, put a little bow on it. When my daughter comes off stage, she will have her flowers waiting. I do that at all her shows, her little dance shows that she does, her plays at school. When she did her speech in front of the school running for class president, I always like to bring her flowers and stuff. Set that bar high. So what we do, right, dads? So thank you guys for being here. We'll be back mañana to talk about more crazy shit going down because something happens every fucking day. You were great. I was great. We were great. I'm trying, Heidi Booth. I'm trying. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.